Yes, we
Yes, we're
are. So let me
live.
get
We're
it. So
live.
I am glad. So let me just minimize this. Fantastic. Oh my. But I'm glad we're here. So all those who are joining us, we are finally here. This is our first time live, and we are glad to have Janice with us. And I'll just give you a little sneak peek of Janice. I must say I have always admired Janice from afar. So I am totally elated and thrilled to have us with us this morning. So Janice Sutherland, I do have your bio here. Janice is CEO of an award-winning leadership and personal development consultancy, which is Sutherland Coaching and Consulting, which is based in the Caribbean. She provides leadership development and executive coaching for organizations globally. Janice's professional career has spanned 25 years of leadership with prestigious multinationals in the UK and the Caribbean before she made history when she became the first female CEO to lead telecom sector for Antigua Montserrat with Digicel, an award-winning international bestseller author. So Janice, I hand over to you. Yes?
Thank you, Charlene. Thank you for that introduction. And I'm delighted to be chatting with your audience, your people today. What we were going to chat about? We were going to chat about your forthcoming event, Conversations Over Coffee.
Yes. So we are having the Conversations Over Coffee with Charlene Pedro on May the 27th. Yes. Janice has graciously accepted to be one of our speakers. And Janice will be sharing on Plan, Pivot, Profit. I just love it. So tell us a little bit about this program, Janice.
Okay, so Plan, Pivot, Profit is a much larger program. It's a 3-month program. It's aimed at leaders. It's aimed at maybe entrepreneurs and business leaders, or just leaders per se, to help them navigate what people are terming the new normal. But it's a little bit hard to get our heads around as to what's coming. So what I'll be doing over the next few weeks, and I'll be sharing with your audience, is the first of a series of webinars, free webinars, where we start talking about how to plan for an uncertain future. Because that's the thing. We can all be planning, but there are so many unknowns that it's really difficult to know what we should be focusing on. And many expectations have changed. The stakeholders' expectations have changed, the customer, the employees, even you yourself would have changed in your expectations on what you want out of business. It could be for your business, how you want your business to operate. You could have been forced to go down an avenue you didn't want to go down because you had to do that to survive. But how do you keep on doing that? And how do you plan for an uncertain future? And this was really triggered a lot by, I was listening to, I had a call, shall I say, from a former client of mine who was absolutely panicked as to what should he do, because he had banked on everything returning to normal after when we open the borders and the planes start flying. He's in the tourism sector. And he heard that flights were going to start back. It was going to be like the beginning of May. Now it's possibly July. It's like, then there's all these different regulations coming in as to how we need to protect the tourists and our customers and ourselves. And he was absolutely flummoxed as to what he should do, because he had banked on May, everything will be okay, everything will be normal. You're now talking to me July, and I don't even know what it looks like when it comes to July. So I'm going to take people through how you can change your mindset. It's all about mindset, how you can change your thoughts. We can't plan everything. We can plan for most things and eventualities. So, and most of us would have had some sort of a contingency plan to deal with the emergent, to deal with the current emergency, the current situation. But what we haven't done is figure out, well, if that happens, what do I need to do here? And if that happens over there, what do I now need to do? So we're going to look at all those aspects, scenario planning, how to change your mindset, how to plan effectively, as effective as you can in the new normal.
Yes.
So that's what we're going to be talking about. And so plan, So Plan, Pivot, Profit will be the ongoing program after I do these webinars.
Okay, great. I love the approach that you're taking with having the webinars. Now, there's something you spoke about, you mentioned about planning.
Yes.
And still the panicking of having an uncertain future, you know,
Yes.
a lot of, because we're so accustomed with things being predictable, you know, as we have our 5-year strategic plans, we drill down to 3-year to 1-year business plan. That has been the routine, that has been the norm, what our academic degrees and mindset tells us that we should do. So now we're in a different environment. And, you know, how do we, and I'm going back to mindset here, how do we change that mindset that although we can't see 6 months down the road what it's going to look like, how do we make our planning meaningful, useful, so that at least we can make some progress, you know, tweak your goals if too much. As I tell people, goals may be delayed, but they don't have to be deleted. So how do we tweak our plan to go forward?
It is always, yes, we, you know, I learned this very much in the telecoms industry because it changes very, very quickly. A new app comes in, for instance, and phone calls become obsolete. Data becomes king. We have WhatsApp eroding revenues. So it's all about having that flexibility. You can have your strategic plan, but a strategic plan sometimes, strategic is almost static. You know, so I see the two sometimes being side by side. But what we don't do and what we're not very good at, and especially, should I say, the Caribbean region, because we know it's the way we've always done things. If it ain't broke, why do we have to fix it? That kind of stuff. There's a lot of that mentality that happens. And what we need to adopt is a more flexible approach. Resiliency, I was just writing an article about researching what are the skill sets a leader now has to have going forward, and resiliency is paramount. Resiliency or flexible resiliency is probably a term I'd like to use. So it's knowing that I'm able to bounce back. What have I learned from the past? What has happened? What has worked? What can I see? But can I be flexible in my approach? Can I take on board other people's ideas? Can I consider a different way of working? Can I be open to collaborations? Again, you know, there was a term here, I've heard here in Antigua, that partnership is a leaky ship. But, you know, we may have to consider partnerships. It's about the bigger picture here. What are we trying to strive for? You know, it's more than survival. It's more than thriving.
And that point of partnership is also another shift in mindset required, you know. So many people, you know, managers, even leaders, we keep so much things to our chest because we're not open to sharing, whether it is knowledge, whether it is our way of our approach, whether it is, you know, something we may have found on a tool, we may have found online, or we have gotten from a colleague. So I really see it as a shift in mindset also for it to be a more collaborative community. So your program, it's going to be launching soon. Has it launched yet? Your plan, Pivot, Profit. You know, I love that name.
It hasn't launched yet.
Right. So you're leading up.
I'm leading up to it. As I said, the webinars would be an introduction, and it's more of a coaching, hands-on. Like I said, minimum 3 months, where you know the leaders can get the support they need.
Excellent.
I always tell people it's lonely at the top, you know, and as a leader, we're sometimes expected to have all the answers, and we think we need to have all the answers. And I'll say again, we don't. We just need to know where to go to get the answers, to get the support that we need. And that's what this program will act as. So whilst there be individual support, there'll also be group coaching, or more masterminds, masterclasses, where we'll focus on a particular topic that, to be honest, all of us are in the same boat. Pretty much all of us in the same boat. And it's amazing what you can learn by sharing your ideas and sharing and just speaking it out loud. I'm very much I will have an idea, it'd be stuck, and I have to speak it. I literally have to speak it. And as I speak it, oh, it happens. And
Yes,
that's
the whole
what we,
universe.
you know, yes, you know, so I speak it and I'm like, and as I'm talking about it, like I'm seeing it, or I can visualize it. But instead of sitting there with a pen and paper trying to sweat over it to find the answer, but sharing it with others and people getting, you know, input from others. It's not the time to be a me, myself, and I mentality. It's not that time. You need to take your ego, your pride, whatever it is, as a leader, look at your bigger picture and take all the support you can get to get through to where you need to get to.
Right. And you will be sharing some good tidbits with us, even more than tidbits, on the 27th of May, as we have our 2nd anniversary. So it will be a grand celebration. And we're doing this virtually online. So we are excited to be challenged. It's amazing how you grow when you do these things. So also as we plan, we're excited as we are planning our 2nd anniversary online conversations over coffee with moi, Charlene Pedro. And like I said, Janice will be there. So we're having an award-winning professional CEO, writer to give you, you know, the guidance that you need to strive in this, well, I call it post-COVID. You know, I say COVID is like an episode on a Netflix series, you know. So right here on the 27th and Conversations Over Coffee online, you know, people can get the tips, the guidance required so that when you go back out, and people use the term new normal, but when you create, when you create the environment that you need to survive and strive, more than survive, because we're looking to create our workplaces within our teams. And that's something that, you know, I say that we have to, it's like straddling, you have to, you know, divert your attention to operations, making sure things are, the pieces are fitted together. And you also have to pay attention to your people. So it's profits and people we have to focus on. So we're doing it on the 27th of May. We're doing it online. We're doing it in a fun way. We're going to share so much educational tidbits and how-tos. We have a lot of giveaways so that when you do sign up, you get a free ebook. We have prizes. Actually, one is coaching with Janice Sutherland. So, I mean, if you win that prize, you're good to go. So we do have some more things in store. So Janice, I want to thank you so much. And we look forward to having you celebrate with us on the 27th of May, and also to learn a lot more from you as you share experience with us. We really appreciate it. So thank you again. And I know we'll definitely be connecting again and chatting again before then a few times. Well, so thanks again, Janet. And we sign off now. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.